time. This is Logically Offensive, the Jay and Chambo Show, episode number 1. Let's go, baby. It's game time. I am Chambo. We are waiting for Jay, my boy, to join us in the studio. Episode number 1. Guys, the plan is we're going to do our first 15 episodes over here on TikTok. And then if everything goes according as planned, we're going to go on over to Rumble and Kick. We're going to start gripping and ripping, rocking and rolling, moving and grooving. Guys, if you would, double tap the screen. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, share the live stream to as many people as you can who like this type of content. We got to drive the traffic over. We got to get the shadow ban lifted. We got to change the algorithm. And like always, if you guys have anything to say, you can tap that little button at the bottom of the screen. It says guest or multi-guest. It's a pink and blue icon. Tap that button. Put your request in, and we will bring you on up every Friday night, 6 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Over here on TikTok, all you got to do is follow the main page, _Elliot_argument. That's the main TikTok page. Follow that page. And once again, every Friday night, we're going to do the Jay and Chambo Show, Logically Offensive, live from 6 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think we got Jay, my boy, in the house. Also, guys, let me tell you about this. We're going to do something called a 7-on-7, which is a reference to our good old football days. 7-on-7, baby. I'm going to have 7 topics. Then Jay's going to have 7 topics. Then at the end of that, we're going to wrap on up the show. And we're going to call it a day, baby. All right, let's think this might be Jay, my boy. Is Jay, my boy, in the studio? It is Jay, my boy. Let's go. Finally, bro. Where you been? Oh, we got. Yes, sir. We only got 1 bar on you. You only got 1 bar. Are you in the car? You in the house?
No, I'm in the car. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. We can hit it. All right, so I was just explaining to everybody how we're going to run the show, the format. I said we're going to do the 7-on-7 every Friday night. We're going to do try to do 6 to 8, right? If we can't do 2 hours, and maybe we might have a problem reaching 2 hours, we might only be able to do 1 hour or hour and a half. But we're going to try to get 2 hours in. And I'm going to bring up 7 topics. You're going to bring up 7 topics. And if anyone wants to join, all you got to do is request to join and come on up. Jake says, we like the background. We appreciate it, brother. Jay, where were you at? Where are you coming from?
I had to swing by Target real quick.
Let's go. Dude, I tried to go live like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. Everybody was waiting for you to join.
No.
We had like 10,000 likes. People were going crazy. And I finally just said, I'm going to turn it off. We're going to start it all again when he's ready. David said, yo, Jay's here. Brother, everybody's been waiting for you, man.
Let's go, my brother David.
You're the star of the show, baby. We can't start without you. All right, let's get it rocking and rolling, man. The first topic of the day that we're going to talk about is what I seen on Facebook today. This is unbelievable. There's a report that came out that said the deportations have cost the American taxpayer over $40 million. Now, when I read that, I thought, no problem. That's great. Keeping America safe, right, comes with a cost. But there was a lot of people down there in the comments that were griping and whining, bitching, moaning, and complaining. I don't understand the problem. It's got to cost money for us to get rid of the criminals. What do you say?
Yeah, 40 million's not too bad.
Dude, it's going to cost money to keep America or make America great again. You got to pay money if you want to get rid of the garbage. You want to get rid of the trash, you're going to have to pay some money. Just like you got to pay the guy every week or every day to show up in front of your house and pick up your garbage. You know what I'm saying?
You got to pay somebody to get it done.
You got to pay somebody to get it done. Exactly. TikTok user says, what topic? Well, we're going to be talking about a vast multitude of topics. I'm going to have 7 topics and Jay's going to have 7. This is just the first topic. The $40 million that taxpayers have to pay to keep America great. I don't care if it's $100 million. Whatever we have to pay to keep America safe and clean and to get rid of the criminals, I say, let's pay it. Yes, sir. Hey, guys, have you seen this? Gene Simmons, the front man for Kiss, he said that hip hop and rap music should not be allowed in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What do you guys think? Actually, before we talk about that, David has something. Read that for us, Jay. What did David say? Jay, you only got, let me see. Oh, there you go.
He makes a good point. That's got to be more than 40.
He says, how much money does it cost to give government benefits to non-citizens? Probably more than 40. Oh, of course. David, do a little bit of research for us. Type that in Google and find out the answer to that question. How much money does it cost to give government benefits to non-citizens? Oh, it's going to be way more than that, brother. Way more. Healthcare? Huh? Food? SNAP benefits? Come on. All right, David's going to get back to us with that answer. All right, so again, Gene Simmons, the front man for Kiss, says that hip-hop should not be allowed in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What do you think about this, Jay?
I got to stand with my man, Gene.
I think I got to stand with my man Gene as well on this one. Because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is for what?
Rock and roll, brother.
It's for rock and roll, brother. It ain't rocket science. If you go to the Country Music Hall of Fame, you're not going to find reggae in there. Right? And the reggae guys aren't crying and complaining about that. Because it ain't country music. The same way hip hop is not rock and roll music. Everybody has to stay in their lanes. I don't understand a lot of these complaints, man. Modern society is really going down the tubes. Try a Tide Pod, why don't you? Hey, buddy, why don't you try a Tide Pod? Yesterday we were watching a commercial, and they were talking about how Tide Pods are sticky. And Louis said, they're not sticky. They're only sticky if you open them up and eat them. I said, exactly, Louis. And we ain't opening them up and eating them. So this commercial does not apply to people with brains like us, like the Elliots, baby, like Jay and Chambo. David, are you back yet? We need David to give us the answer here. Come on, good old David. All right. Next, what's our next topic? 109 billion. 109 billion, Jay, you see this?
Jesus.
Brother, that's just for 1 year. That's just 2022. It cost 109 billion with a B.
So you're saying we should be spending more?
Brother, it's unbelievable. We're spending 109 billion to give government assistance to non-citizens, but people are crying about 40 M's to deport criminals? What's wrong with you guys? Hey, buddies, what's wrong with you guys? You got your mind all wound up in a bind over there. Your priorities are all messed up. I say we spend, instead of 40 M's, Jay, how about this? How about we allocate 200 M's for making sure that we get rid of every single illegal in the country? All of them.
I'm down for it.
Not just the bad ones, but even the good ones. Because guess what? The good ones are still illegal. Brother, we're a country of rules. We're a country of laws. If you don't like those laws, well, then you can go try to have the laws changed. But if the laws are what they are, you got to abide by those laws. Otherwise, we don't have a country. So if someone's doing something illegal that goes against those laws, if they're doing nefarious activities or walking into our house without knocking on the door and showing their ID and paperwork, well, then they got to go bye-bye. Joshua Turney says, what did Joshua Turney say, Jay?
Paid $13,000 for my wife to immigrate here. Jesus, Josh.
Bro, this is wild. Josh, where's your wife from, man, if I may ask? It seems like a pretty penny for a citizenship or visa. If you love them, you're going to pay. That's right. Maybe I need to pay for a mail order bride. Jay, would you ever do this? A mail order bride? What if she was like from Indonesia or some shit, and she was just like a pen pal that you met on Instagram? You guys started talking, and she said, Jay, I want to move to America with you. And then you went to check and it's going to cost you 13 G's. Are you paying for her to come over or are you telling her to stay her ass in Indonesia?
I'm going to save that for my boy Josh.
I don't know, man. I think it depends on how fine she is. There has to be some qualifications here, right? There's got to be some qualifiers. At what point do you pay 13 grand to bring a chick over from another country?
Canada?
Yeah, if she's from Canada, that's not so bad, right? Oh, wait, hold on a second. She's from Canada. She's Canadian, but he met her in LA. Brother, it cost you 13 grand to bring a chick over from Canada? That's crazy work, man. I thought you were going to say she was from like Pakistan or some shit. Hey, Jay, you know that? I thought you were going to say she's from Madagascar. Hey, let's think of some crazy random places that you could meet a chick online. Madagascar. What else? Think of a crazy place. What are some crazy places in the world? Botswana. Just saying random shit that comes to your mind. But look, this is the real question. Are you paying the money if she's only a 5 or a 6? Or do you pay the money only if she's an 8 or a 9? He says it's like $5,000 for the paperwork and the hospital bills, $7,000 for the lawyer to file it all. Brother, what are you talking about hospital bills? She has to have a checkup before she can come in? What is this? Hey, you got to go have a physical before you come in. We got to make sure you don't have AIDS, cancer, and the plague. David says Uzbekistan. Hey, guess what? They don't have 7 and 8s and 9s in Uzbekistan. They got 3s and 4s. They also have incest. Goddamn. Joshua Turney says it's extensive. I can imagine. All right, what was the topic we got off topic here? What were we talking about? I think we were talking about Gene Simmons and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Let me ask you guys this down in the chat. Do they allow other genres of music into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Or is it purely rock and roll? Because if it's purely rock and roll, then nobody should be up in arms that we're not allowing other genres in. They don't let fucking jazz music into the goddamn Rap Hall of Fame, do they? You can't win an NFL Super Bowl trophy if you're the best chef in the world. You can't win the NBA championship if you're the best dancer in the world. Everybody needs to stay in their lane, baby. Other genres, but in my opinion, they shouldn't. David, they let other genres of music in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Well, this probably is precisely why Gene Simmons has a problem with it. As he should. Shout out Gene Simmons from KISS. Shout out Gene, my boy. All right, next topic. Guys, is there any new news on the front of Nancy Guthrie? Guthrie, what is her name? Guthrie or Guthrie? Do we have any new news here? When I left the house this morning, they had found 3 gloves. I said, how the fuck can you find 3 gloves? He only got 2 hands. Right, Jay? Hey,
That's
Jay.
what I'm saying.
If you only got 2 hands, how much gloves do you got?
Where's the 4th glove? That's the real
That's
question.
what I'm saying. You ain't got 3 gloves if you got 2 hands. So we got a problem. I also heard that the FBI and the local sheriff department were butting heads. Did you hear this?
What were they butting heads over?
They're butting heads with each other. They're having a pissing contest. The sheriff took one of the gloves and he sent it to Florida for some DNA testing at a private lab instead of sending it to the FBI headquarters. The FBI said, what the fuck are you doing? We don't do that. We don't send the glove for DNA analysis to some private lab in Florida. We send it to the FBI headquarters. But the FBI and the sheriff department apparently are at each other's necks about who wants to be in charge of the investigation. Which I say, guys, you got to put your differences aside. We're trying to find the old lady here. What are we doing? We're trying to find an 84-year-old lady who got a pacemaker and a bad heart, and she already got busted up. Jay, you saw that they found blood, on her front porch?
I haven't seen anything on the case, no.
No, this is crazy. An 84-year-old woman gets kidnapped. She's missing, and she has her blood on her front porch. That means whoever stole her busted her up. Hey, Jay, have you ever seen an 84-year-old woman busted up? It ain't going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this, Jay. If you found an 84-year-old woman and she had a pacemaker and she had a bad heart and then you busted her up, huh? How's she going to be doing after that?
I think she's out of here.
She's out of here, baby. She ain't coming back from that. So I said from the very beginning, this lady's donezo. She's gonzo. You may find the guy who did it, but you ain't finding Nancy. Hey, guys, Nancy's bye-bye. You know what I'm saying?
Poor
And then you got
Nancy.
all these guys. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
And then you got all these guys coming in saying, hey, I'll tell you where Nancy is if you give me a Bitcoin. Or if you pay me $100,000, I'll tell you where Nancy is. No, the fuck you won't, because Nancy's under a rock somewhere in the fucking desert. You just want some money. Crazy, bro. But hey, let me ask the chat, guys. Is there any new news on the front of Nancy Guthrie? I haven't been home all day, so I need to hear what you guys got for me. Have you guys been watching the news? Let's see what we got down in the chat. What does the chat say? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen next. The next thing that's going to happen is they're going to come back with some DNA analysis. They're going to slowly start piecing all these things together. They're going to find out who did it. And then they're going to find out that good old Nancy's bye-bye. That's it. End of story. She's always been bye-bye. She was bye-bye since the first night, dude. She was busted up. All right, moving right along. Jalen, we got to talk about something here. Since you were just a young little Jay, my boy, out there at Mariners Point in Stockton at the apartments, you've always been a big fan of the Seabirds, the good old Seattle Seahawks, who just won themselves a Super Bowl championship. Let me ask you, how'd you feel about that Super Bowl? What'd you feel about the game?
I mean, we won, but it was tough to watch.
Would you venture to say the game was one of the most boring Super Bowls of all time?
That I've seen personally, yeah, probably.
I think the problem was the Seahawks, they're damn good. They got a good team. They got a lot of firepower. I like it. They got a good defense, good defensive line. They give Sam Darnold time. They got a good running back, good receiver core. The problem is why the game sucked is because the Patriots suck it. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots never should have been in the Super Bowl at all. We talked about this. Who did you tell me that should have been in the Super Bowl?
Bo Nix, man.
Bo Nix, baby. What type of Super Bowl would that been? Broncos?
I don't know. I think maybe the Broncos beat the Seahawks.
Dude, I'm not going to disagree with that. I like that. I might be on board with that. The Broncos with Bo Nix are damn good. That's a damn good team. And that would have made for one hell of a Super Bowl. Patriots never should have been there. Also, Drake May. What do you think about Drake May?
We're going to have to find out next year.
Drake May, I liked him during the regular season. And then during the Super Bowl, I realized that good old Drake May has he got a little bit of bitch in him. He's over there on the sideline looking like he's about to cry a river. Who's the head coach of the Patriots? Starts with a V.
Vrabel.
Vrabel. Vrabel's going over there trying to talk to him. He's just looking all sad and shit. Vrabel's saying, hey, man, you got to smile. This is the Super Bowl. Stay positive. Quit crying a river. Quit being a sad little fragile snowflake fuck. But what did he do? The entire game just kept taking sacks. You can't just keep taking sacks like that. Even if your offensive line is not blocking for you. What do you do, Jay, when your offensive line isn't blocking for you?
You got to get out of there.
Bro, you got to get out of there, baby. I know if you were playing in that game, you would have got out of there. You're not going to sit there and take 27 sacks. Or how about this? You ever heard of this, Jay? Throw the fucking ball away. Huh? You in the NFL, no one ever taught you this? You were doing these things when you were fucking 9 years old. Come on, Drake May. What are we even doing? David, did you find out anything? We're waiting to see back on Nancy Guthrie. All right, Jay, question. Is
Yo.
Sam Darnold, would you now consider Sam Darnold as a top 10 NFL QB now that he has won an NFL championship? Why or why not? Speak to us.
Top 10, probably bottom of the list, but yeah.
Who do you got ahead of good old? Actually, let's just do this. Who is your top five? Your top five NFL quarterbacks right now. Not in any particular order, just top five. Who are you putting in there?
Let me think. Top of my head, we got Patty, we got Josh.
Patty and Josh.
We've got... Who else do we have?
Don't say nothing crazy like goddamn Dak Prescott or some shit. You know who I like? I'm going to tell you a young guy that I like is the guy for the Giants. Huh? What's this kid's name? He plays out there with Scattaboo. What's the quarterback for the fucking New York Giants name? Number 6. Come on. He puts the war paint on his face?
Yeah, Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart, baby. How can you not remember that name, Dart? I like that kid. He's got the it factor. They say he runs around too much. He's going to get injured, but I like good old Jackson Dart. Okay, you name 2. Who else we going? Top 5 quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson, when he's healthy, right? Gotta be. Lamar Jackson, no? Who do you got? They got the doorbell camera footage of the suspect, apparently. Yes, we've already seen that, David, where he's going up to the doorbell and he's trying to hide it with his glove in his hand, and then he puts the little bushes over it so you can't see. He's an amateur. How about Brock Purdy, Jay? Where are you putting Brock Purdy?
I got him
Top
put
10?
him
Top 10 ahead of
right
Darnold?
outside of the top 10.
Oh, below Darnold. I don't know about that. I got to think about that.
You got Purdy ahead of Darnold?
Man, I don't know. I got to think. What would the chat say? Chat, you guys think that Brock Purdy is better than Sam Darnold? Or is Sam Darnold better? That's tough, man. Who else do we got? Who's a top 5 NFL QB? I'm trying to think of all the things. I'll tell you another guy that I really like, but he got injured. I really like Jaden Daniels, brother. Jaden Daniels, smooth operator, bro.
You put him top 5?
I don't know. He's definitely top 10. I'm putting him ahead of Sammy Darnold, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sam Darnold is not cracking the top 5. I'll put Sammy Darnold top 10. And then also, dude, after the top 10, the drop-off is crazy, bro. I could hop off the couch right now and be like the 18th best quarterback in the NFL. I'll just promise the GM right from the beginning, hey, you don't have to pay me any money at all. I won't even take any salary. You don't have to pay me any money if I throw more than 10 interceptions the entire season. Because I'm not going to do it. I just don't throw the ball to the other team. I don't know what's wrong with some of these guys. They got weak noodle arms. They take sacks. They don't understand the game. They can't read the defense. They don't have the it factor. They don't have any dog in them. Hey, guys, you ain't got no dog in you. And also, you throw the ball to the other team. I don't like it. All right, what do we got next? Let me turn the light on in the good old truck. Jay, have you seen this? Stephen A. Smith. You know who Stephen A. Smith is? Of course you do.
Oh, I seen it.
The guy with the crazy hairline, huh? Sportscaster from First Take. He says, Stephen A. Smith says, he's going to make a 2028 run for president. What do you think about this?
I don't know. I heard you're voting for him.
Bro, come on, man. The Democrats, they're absolutely cooked. You guys have no hope. This is the best you guys have to offer? There's no one in their fucking right mind who would vote for this guy. Could you imagine Stephen A. Smith having to debate or having to discuss something with Putin or Xi Jinping from China? Hey, Stephen A. Smith, you can't even beat Skip Bayless in a fucking debate. We're fucking cooked. How you going to beat Putin in a debate? You can't even beat Skip Bayless in a debate about LeBron. You were about to get beat up by LeBron James. And I'm supposed to trust you with America's interest? Nah, you're a dork. You need to go fix your hairline. You need to take a trip to Turkey. Get that hair transplant, Bubba. Hey, Jay, let me ask you this. If you were Stephen A. Smith, would you go to Turkey and get a hair transplant? Or would you just let it rock how it is?
I think it's too late for all that.
Nah, bro, it ain't never too late, brother. Until you're buried down deep in the grave, brother, it ain't too late. You got to get that crispy one, man. The crispy box lineup, brother. I bet he'd look crazy with that, though. His trademark kind of is his big forehead. I got a big forehead, too, but my forehead ain't that big. And my forehead is steady getting bigger with the weight of all these dreads pulling it back. Yeah, baby. Good old Stephen A. Stephen A., give it up, little man. All right, next. Jay, you know how we've been talking about streaming on Kick and Rumble?
Yeah.
Hold on, David has a question. Jay, read his question for us.
Who do you guys think the 2028 Republican and Democrat frontrunners will be?
Go ahead, brother. I'm going to let you answer it.
I have no idea.
Well, I'm going to say the only thing that matters is big Donald J. Trump. You know Trump's about to win it. I think it's going to be, yeah, I agree. Gavin Newsom will be the Democrat nominee. He will be the front runner for the Democratic Party. It sure as fuck ain't going to be Stephen A. Smith, I'll tell you that. It's going to be Donald Trump versus Gavin Newsom. And that's going to be a fun one to watch. But you know my boy, good old Donald J., he's going to do it again, baby. He's going to go for a third term. What do you guys think? Tucker Carlson. David, they're going to find a loophole, brother. They don't need J.D. Vance. Trump's going to find the loophole with all of his lawyers, and he's going to get a third term. Watch. And I'm going to fucking sing and dance a river. Dude, that'd be so wild. Okay. Jay, so you know how we've been talking about streaming on Kick and all this shit in Rumble?
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel, because we also talk about Nick Fuentes a lot. How do you feel about Nick Fuentes going completely off the rails lately? Dude, he's been saying some crazy shit. He's been saying that he likes Jeffrey Epstein. He said, ain't nothing wrong with Jeffrey Epstein. Huh? This is insane. First, he started losing me when he admitted that he was a virgin and he's never been on a date and he's never talked to a girl. All this shit. At that point, I was already out. I'm like, all right, see you later, buddy. You're a fucking dork. Hey, buddy, you're a geek. And then, after that, he comes out and he says, ain't nothing wrong with Jeffrey Epstein. How do you feel about this, Jay?
I don't know how to feel about that.
Come on, buddy. You know how to feel about Jeffrey Epstein? Put him under the jail, man. Hey, put that guy way under the jail. Have you seen some of these pictures? Oh, man, this guy's an A1 sicko, brother. This guy's an A1 pedo. All right, we got someone in the box. Who do we got? We got a guest. This is the Pink Flower Man. Pink Flower Man, welcome to Logically Offensive, the Jay and Chambo show. What do you got for us, sir? Yeah, I'm not really a conspiracy type of guy. Are you a conspiracy guy, Jay? I'm a hustler. Nah. I'm the kind of guy that says extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to jump on the conspiracy wagon. Don't talk to me about flat earth and chemtrails and fucking Bigfoot. You start doing that, I'm fucking out of here. I thought we had a guest, but apparently he ran away. Anyways, I used to be a Nick Fuentes fan. Not anymore. I think that kid has completely lost his mind. He needs to get a girlfriend. He needs to get a date. And maybe he can take her out to a steak dinner, but highly unlikely since he likes Jeffrey Epstein. All right, Jay, that's it. I'm going to throw it on over to you. That is my 7 on 7. That's my portion of the 7. And now, my friend, let's talk about your topics. Also, David, I heard this, that Jeffrey Epstein had an unusual affinity for physics and science. Did you hear this? Yeah, man. Something weird going on there. They're saying he's a plant. Yep. They're actually saying the truth is he wasn't a failed financier. He actually was a plant. It's another conspiracy theory. All right, Brother Jay, go ahead. What you got for us? Hey, guys, double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up and share the live stream to as many people as you can who like this type of content. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're going to do this every Friday night, the Jay and Chambo Show. This is just our first episode. We're going to do our first 15 episodes right here on TikTok. And then once we get the hang of this, we're going to go on over to Kick and Rumble. So if you would, make sure that you join us every Friday night from 6 to 8 Central Standard Time. And also, if you would, if you're not already following the main page, follow _Elliot_argument so you can watch all the lives. All right, Jay. What you got, big dog?
Going back to the Super Bowl, did you get a chance to watch the Turning Point halftime?
No, but I plan to do it because I didn't want to have anything to do with Bad Bunny. Now, something that you guys got to know about me is this. I don't like when someone tells me why I don't like something. What does that mean? It means this. If I tell you that I don't like Bad Bunny, okay, don't you then tell me that that means I don't like Puerto Ricans. Because you might say, oh, he doesn't like Bad Bunny because Bad Bunny is a Puerto Rican. No, you just fucking made that up in your mind. I never said that. I don't have any problem with Puerto Ricans. I don't like grown men that wear a fucking dress. Okay? So don't you tell me why I don't like someone. I'll tell you why I don't like someone. If I don't want to watch Bad Bunny, I'm going to tell you why I don't want to watch Bad Bunny. I don't need you to tell me why I don't want to watch Bad Bunny. You feel me? I don't like when people do that. Drives me insane. Also, the other thing is, not only do I not like Bad Bunny, and that has nothing to do with race or ethnicity, I also don't want to watch someone sing songs in some other language that I can't fucking understand. I speak English. I'm American. Okay? So, of course, I don't want to have anything to do with good old Bad Bunny. Does that make me a Kid Rock fan? Not absolutely, right? I don't particularly enjoy Kid Rock, but I tell you one thing, Kid Rock doesn't wear a fucking dress, and also Kid Rock speaks English. So, in my eyes, Kid Rock's a little bit better than Bad Bunny. Also, dude, Bad Bunny, I seen some of the clips, man. He's up there twerking. Hey, dude, what are you doing? We got kids watching the Super Bowl. Girls up there twerking. It's just another extension of immorality and degeneracy. It's just another extension of the urban culture cancer. It's extended all the way to Puerto Rico. And the year prior to this, before Bad Bunny, Jay, who was performing the Super Bowl halftime show? Do you remember?
Remind me who we have last year.
Kendrick Lamar, a self-proclaimed black supremacist and racist. He's a self-proclaimed fucking Hebrew Israelite. You can't get any more fucking racist than that. He has songs, literal songs, where he's talking about being superior. Now, do we condemn him and we say, oh no, he's a racist, he's a terrible guy? No. What do we do for him, Jay? We say, oh, we love black racists. Matter of fact, we love him so much, we want you to do the halftime show for us. Come on over, we love you. But if someone else is a racist from the different skin tone variety, right? Like Donald Trump, for example, they thought Donald Trump posted that video portraying the Obamas as chimps. You saw this? And everybody was crazy. Everybody was up in arms. We hate Donald Trump. He's the worst ever. Fuck him. Right? We all heard this. But Donald Trump didn't even post it. It was one of his staffers that posted it. You had no evidence that he actually posted it. But you went crazy. But when the shoe is on the other foot, and we actually for sure know that someone is a racist, a black supremacist, you love them. You're not up in arms. You fucking love it. You see the hypocrisy? You see the fucking difference? This shit makes me sick. I don't like double standards, Jay. If we're going to hate racists, guess what? We're going to hate all the racists. we're not just going to hate the white races. Nah, that ain't happening, because if that's how you want to play the game, then now all of a sudden I got a fucking problem, because now I've realized that you actually don't like white people, because you're saying I only have a problem with white races, but more than black ones, I really love those guys. You follow me?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Picking it up, putting it down. David, what you think about this, brother? You agree, disagree? I might be wildly off base, but I've never been a person for double standards. I don't like double standards. Do you like double standards, Jay?
Of course not.
Of course no one likes double standards. Also, no one likes racists. Okay? So my question simply would be, why do you like black racists? Because America loves black racists. Why? Why do they do it? Dude, I have a video on my YouTube page of, I think it's Usher, Jay-Z, Neo, Timberland. It's like, I don't know. It's like 12 fucking guys. Puff Daddy. They're all standing around at a party, drinking champagne. And P. Diddy says, cheers to the black man is God. And all of these fuckers cheer, they toast, and they drink the champagne because they all are black supremacists. All of them. They all think that the black man is God. This is a fact. And if they believe that, and that's their worldview, and that's their ideology, that means, based upon the definition, they think that blacks are superior, which therefore means they are racist. But no one gives a fuck about this. No one cares. No one's going to talk about it. They just sweep it under the rug and say, we love you, baby. We love you, Jay-Z. Matter of fact, Jay-Z, watch this, Jay. The NFL says this. If you noticed in the end zone on the field, okay? If you noticed on the end zone of the field, right behind the touchdown, it says end racism. Have you seen this?
I've seen it.
Okay, now let's think about this for a moment, Jay. It says end racism. So that's the message that the NFL wants to portray. So what does the NFL do? They go and hire a known black racist, Jay-Z, who's a known black racist. They hire him to be the guy who decides who is going to be the halftime performer. Jay-Z's the guy who picks the halftime show, basically. So you say end racism on the back of the end zone, that's your message, and then you hire a racist who then hires other racists to perform at the halftime show. What the fuck are we doing? Hey, you want to end racism or you don't? I'll tell you what's really happening here, Jay. What's really happening here is this. They don't give a fuck about ending racism. What they want to do is they want to end white racism. That's the only message that they're putting across. They don't give a fuck about black racists. My man. All right, Jay, what you think about it? What do you think about the Bad Bunny halftime shenanigans? Did you watch it, first of all?
I watched the thing in its entirety.
Holy tits. Well, give us the breakdown. Let me hear about it, man. Tell us what you saw.
I seen a Puerto Rican dude dancing around for a couple of minutes. I didn't know what he was talking about.
Oh, man. Wasn't there a bush that was following him around while he was performing or some shit?
Yeah, all the stage performers were wearing bushes or some shit.
Oh, my God. I don't know, man. I know Kid Rock. He speaks English, and he doesn't wear dresses. So, I got to go Kid Rocky. Kid Rocky. What else you got, brother? What's the next topic on the agenda? You guys like this 7-for-7, 7-on-7 format? This is a shout out to our football playing days. You guys know about 7-on-7? It's where you scrimmage the offense versus the defense with no big guys. No hog mollies, we call them. No offensive or defensive line. It's only the skill players, baby. Wide receivers, tight ends, quarterback, and running backs against the defensive secondary and linebackers. It's called 7-on-7, baby. That's why we do the 7-on-7 on Logically Offensive, because we're both quarterbacks, and we like 7-on-7. That's where we get to showcase our stuff. And we're all about showcasing our stuff. All right, Jay, what's the next topic, brother? I know that CP3 thing's coming. Or the LeBron, brother.
How you feeling? We going LeBron or CP3?
Let's talk about LeBron, brother. Bring it up. What's the topic? What about LeBron are we talking about?
Well, we all know LeBron's. 7.5 years. But you think he'll go for another year, or you think he's done?
What I want to say on this topic, I've been thinking about this. Number one, if you enjoy something and it's your passion and you don't feel like you're done, you feel like you still have something left to give or you still have something in the tank, by all means, keep doing it. Life is short. Do it for as long as you can. If you can keep your body healthy and you're having fun, I say keep playing. Now, with that being said, there's a whole different issue going on here. The issue is the Los Angeles Lakers, okay? LeBron James is no longer the number one threat on the Los Angeles Lakers. He's probably like the third option. You got Austin Reeves, you got Luka, but check this out, Jay. LeBron James is taking up way too much of the cap space. LeBron James is getting paid, I think it's $50 million. He's taking up $50 million of the overall cap space. And their overall cap space is only like $194 million. So your third best player is taking up 25% of your entire cap. We can't do this. We can't win like this. Maybe if he's the number one option, that's fine. But if he wants to keep playing, he's either going to take a cut in salary, otherwise he's fucking going bye-bye. We're going to send his ass off, and then we're going to bring in another player, right? Another player that's not going to be such a big hit on our salary cap. And then we're going to start building our team around our best players who are not 100 years old. What do you think, Jay?
No, I agree. I want to see him keep playing, but the Lakers, they suck.
Well, they suck also because they can't bring any other good guys. How are you going to bring in more guys? You don't have any more money. You're tapped out. LeBron took all your money. It's over. You're paying Luka. You're paying LeBron. You can't pay any more good guys to come over. But I will tell you this about LeBron. What a fucking beast. How old is LeBron James? Anybody know? Is he like 43?
I think he just turned 41.
Dude, this guy's 41 and still an insane fucking athlete. I'll tell you one thing. I bet he eats a lot of turmeric and curcumin. I bet his body doesn't have a lot of inflammation from eating Wendy's and Jack in the Box. I bet he has a fucking personal chef. You know what I'm saying? Jay, me and you are elite level athletes, but could you imagine if you had a personal chef, Jay? How awesome would you be if you had a personal chef?
God damn.
Come on, Willie. You'd be 225 pounds running a fucking 4.3, bro. You'd be you already are one, but you would be even more of a goddamn specimen. You'd probably throw the football 100 yards. LeBron James is 41 or 42, some shit. And he's still throwing the ball off the glass, dunking with two hands, dude. Still running fast, still agile, side-to-side movement. He's like a water bug. But I would venture to guess that LeBron James is not going to stop playing anytime soon. I'm going to give him at least 2 or 3 more years. I think you got a better chance pissing in a hot sauce bottle than LeBron James quitting basketball anytime soon. You feel me? You ever tried to piss in a hot sauce bottle?
Only a couple times.
Yeah, that shit don't work too good. It's not that easy. All right, what do we got next?
Oh, how do you feel about that Ole Miss quarterback appealing for his 7th year or some shit?
Shit, man. I don't have no idea, bro. I can't even call it anymore. These guys, what they're doing is they're just trying to get the bag. They're just trying to get more money. Because a guy like that, he knows when he goes to the NFL, it's over, bro. You're not going to be an all-pro. You're not going to the Hall of Fame. You're not going to win the Super Bowl. You're too little. You're a baby. So what do you have to do? Everyone's telling you, get your NIL money right now. Go back to college. Get that bag. You're a good player. Very good dual threat quarterback. I like him. I think he's good. But it's not going to transition to the NFL. He's not going to get the same amount of bag he's going to get in college, right? Is he?
Probably not.
What would you do if you were in his situation? Do you come back or do you try to go to the league?
If I was 5'11", I'm coming back.
And then what happens if you get hurt? Right? Now what? Now you never go to the league. Is that how tall he is? He's 5'11"? Yeah, he doesn't look too tall to me. He's definitely not over 6 feet. He sure can scramble around like a wild man. But yeah, his days is numbered. Good old days are numbered, my boy. All right, guys. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up, and share the live stream to as many people as you can who like this type of content. I don't know how long we've been live, but I think we've probably hit on, where are we at, 10 topics?
Just about.
And we got 14 total because it's 7 on 7, baby. So let's hit these bad boys on up. What we got next? You got one bar, Jay, my boy. We can't hear you. I'm going to have to download this entire episode and then post it up on YouTube. If you guys want to follow us on YouTube, it's going to be on the Elliott Family Adventures YouTube page. Maybe eventually, once we really get gripping and ripping, we'll start our own YouTube page where it just has all of the podcast episodes.
Oh, damn. This girl Ashley sent some gifts. I missed it.
Let's go. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you very much for that support and that love. We appreciate it. This is only our first episode. We're going to get a lot better as time goes on. But as you've seen, we've already had a few good moments. And hopefully more of those will come as time goes on. All right, brother, what's our next topic?
I am at the end of my list. You got anything else in the chamber?
Hold on a second. I thought we had a few more things. Hold on a second.
Oh, shit, my bad.
Did we talk about CP3 at all?
We did not.
CP3, that's right. James was on it. James says CP3. Well, I'm going to tell you this. CP3 came out and said he's retiring. He was playing for the Clippers, right?
Oh, was he?
I think he was playing for the Clippers, and then they traded him to Toronto, and he says, fuck Toronto, I'm retiring. Because who wouldn't retire? Who wants to go to Toronto? What do you want to go up there and spend time with Drake in the snow and the cold? No, it's over. You're 100 years old. Give it up, CP3. I think that's a good move. I think that's a great move for good old CP3. It's a wrap for you, brother. That's the end of the good old career. Unlike LeBron James, who still has a little more in the tank, I don't think CP3 has much left. What do you think?
No, I think it was a good move.
Would you go to Toronto if you're CP3 and 100 years old?
Fuck no.
Fuck no, because you might get kidnapped by a guy with gloves, and then he's gonna bust you up, and you're gonna be bleeding, and then you're gonna be under a rock, buried out in the desert. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna end up like Nancy Guthrie. Hey, CP3, go home, sit down, get a cane, and fucking be quiet, little man. All right, Jay, my boy, I think that's it. Episode number 1. I think we are out of bullets. We've shot every bullet in the chamber. Pause, no homo. Yes, sir. This has been episode number 1 of Logically Offensive, the Jay and Chambo show. Give him something, Jay.
You still going? You gonna try to get some atheists in here?
Yeah, as soon as I turn this off, I'm going to take care of a little bit of business, and then I'll be live again in about 20 minutes. We'll just start talking to atheists. But in the meantime, I just want to tell everybody thank you for being a part of our first show. I'm going to download this episode and post it up on YouTube. Again, if you want to listen to the entirety of it, you can go watch that on the Elliott Family Adventures on YouTube. And again, every Friday night between 6 and 8, if Jay would stop being late, we're going to go live, baby. Central Standard Time, the Jay and Chambo show. All right, guys. Jay, I love you, bro.
Love you too. Yes, sir.
It's been fun, my man. We're going to do it again next Friday. Be here, be there, or be square. Logically Offensive. We're out. Peace. See you, Jay.
Adios, amigos.